It's a reunion, a family reunion. Oh, get your cousins and your uncles, your aunties and your grandmas. It's a family reunion. Call your daddy, call your mama. It's a family reunion. Welcome back to Denver, Michael Porter. Welcome back to Denver, Michael Porter. It's a family reunion. Y'all, that was a fun game. That was a fun game. Welcome back, Michael Porter Jr., the all-time Denver Nugget. And you knew that Michael Porter Jr. was going to go and show out for the land. What a great game. What a great game. What a great game. Oh, no sound. How? No. Y'all can't hear me? Well, hold on. Y'all can't hear me? Yo, let me know in the chat if you can hear me. I'm getting everything. I'm clear over here. I'm about to say, what you talking about? Did y'all hear my song? I sang a whole intro. I'm not re-singing that. All right, bet. The Denver Nuggets, man, what a win. What a win. This was a good game, y'all, and it wasn't a good game because it was an incredible performance and yada, yada, yada. It's not because of that. The Denver Nuggets, they got a dub because they fought through a lot, and I mean a lot of exhaustion, y'all. This team they're playing on fumes, but they get a win, and you already know. Let's get to it. The Denver Nuggets beat the Brooklyn Nets 107-103. Shout out to the Denver Nuggets for getting this win, y'all. This was a game that the Nuggets got up by a lot, and it felt like, all right, if they just can hold on, they can get a double-digit lead. The Nuggets can kind of keep running away. They had a 19-point lead at one point in time in this game, but y'all, there were 11 lead changes in this game. There was a 14-0 run that the Nuggets had gone on at the top of the second quarter, and it felt like the Nuggets, off the back of Tim Hardaway Jr., that this was going to be the day they were going to be able to pull out the victory, man. But unfortunately, things got super close. But shout out to Michael Porter, man. Michael Porter, 38 points, and he had a great video that was made for him, obviously, to celebrate the greatness that was Michael Porter in Denver. And he played 37 minutes. He had 38 points tonight, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He was a plus 12. He played a really good basketball game. Now, again, as everybody knows, if you are at all tapped in to Denver, you know we have been trying to get Michael Porter Jr. 40 points for years. We have been trying to get him 40 points. And I think his career high of 39, I want to say, was versus the Pelicans. We have been trying, and Malone and the team, they have been trying in so many different ways. Porter, you got 30. Go get 40. Porter, you got 35. Go get 40. They've even left him in games when they might have a little bit of a blowout, and they're still not able to get him 40. And so the same thing happened today. Porter goes 2 of 7 in the fourth quarter. And I want to say he was sitting on like maybe 33 points or something like that. And it looked like he was going to get it, but he just wasn't able to hit the shot. So he had 31 points going into the fourth quarter, y'all. And he hit a 3 to start. But again, 2 of 7, man. So shout out to Porter, man. He played incredible. He's having a great year. I think he's going to make an all-star team in the Eastern Conference. And I think he deserves it, especially if you look at the other names that he would be in conversation with. It's going to be Porter. I thought he was great. The shot making, obviously, everybody knows, coming off the screens, coming off the pin downs, the offensive rebounding. He had 2 offensive rebounds today. He actually had 2 block shots and 2 steals. He was active. Now, Murray was for sure hunting Porter. At one point in time in this game, it turned into Jamal Murray versus Michael Porter, which is good. Like, you got to find things to motivate you. And Porter was going crazy. But shout out to Murray, man. Murray tonight, 27 points, y'all, 6 assists and 4 rebounds, including 1 offensive rebound today. Now he was a -9, but that's because they had the lead that was like super high, and then they squandered the lead, and the lead, dissipated from 19, and they came out in the half. I think they were up 64 at the half. I think they were up 64 to. Let's see here. They got up 64-49 at the half, and they only went into the fourth quarter up 3. So that kind of just tells you they just kind of lost control. They didn't score well at all. Not well at all. The Nuggets at one point in the second half had only scored 28 points, and this is through like halfway through the fourth. They just didn't have like the legs, the energy. I think the biggest thing that people are kind of maybe not talking about a lot is the Nuggets have been they're so without their top level talent, like again missing the best player in the world and 3 other starters, including a very high level player in Aaron Gordon. Miss all that, it just makes everybody else have to do more. And Hunter Tyson today got minutes. Julian Strawther got minutes today, so they went to a pretty decent bench. And shout out to Adelman, he knew he needed to. So they got 10 people to play at least 12 minutes today. And I'm glad that they did that. But I think the issue that they're running into, man, is getting the energy and getting the offense, like especially when Valanciunas went out, he was a +11 today. Him and Murray were cooking. When Zeke Naji would come in, shout out to Zeke, he was a -3 today. It was just like they couldn't consistently find good offensive looks. And so it was causing the team to struggle a good bit today. But Jamal, I thought, had a really good game, 27 points. Tim Hardaway Jr., y'all, at least the second best scorer on the night. Tim Hardaway Jr. had 25 points, and he was 7 of 11 from 3, including 5 threes in the first half. And he had 8 rebounds, and he had 3 assists and a steal. He was a +21. Tim Hardaway Jr. was a team high +21 tonight. And I keep saying this, and I'm going to continue to say this, and I hope Tim Hardaway knows I legitimately do not know where this team would be without Tim Hardaway Jr. No idea. I have no idea where this team would be without Tim Hardaway. I have they're just so dependent on that shot making, and again, especially without Jokic. They just don't have the offense. They don't have the shooting. When then Cam Johnson not being there, it's just too much. So all of it is like they have to have that kind of shooting. I mean, just incredible. Like it's the shot making, even his defense. Like it's not like he's a great defense, but he doesn't play like really great defense from like a measurable standpoint, and like it's not like but it's just he's engaged. He doesn't fall off. Like he's staying a part of the play. He doesn't wander. And some of that is just being a veteran and competing, and he does that. But then on the offensive end, like I said, he just has such a quick trigger. He's legitimately like the best bench shooter they've had in quite some time. And Julian Strawther was obviously supposed to be this. It just hasn't panned out for him yet. But Tim Hardaway Jr. is just so big, and so it's him and Jamal Murray, y'all. Again, 52 points between Jamal Murray and Tim Hardaway Jr. and 9 made threes, 9 of 14 threes between the two of them. And they made 18 of 31 shots. So your backcourt, because Jalen Pickett didn't do anything today. It's just not been a great stretch of basketball for Pickett. Your backcourt today was going bonkers. And they don't win if those two don't do what they did today. So shout out to him. Peyton Watson, I think, had a really good game as well. He had no turnovers tonight, which is important. He had 19 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. He was playing primarily off ball. He was 2 of 3 from 3, though. He was an even in his minutes, and he was a 7 of 15 from the field. And I thought he tried and did his best to play good defense and stuff tonight. But again, it's just I think he's continuing to learn how to play these positions and how to man this role as like this point forward, and then playing an off ball forward. And he had 2 blocks today, and then one of them was like Zeke Naji ended up getting a foul, but one of the blocks that he got today, he just literally like met somebody at the rim. They just sent it back. But I do think he's played really well. Spencer Jones today was a -23, team worst -23. So that's a tough situation for Spencer, because I think Spencer obviously is a lot better than that. But Spencer Jones -23, he had 1 point today, 2 fouls. He was 0 of 3 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Nothing to write home about. His defense was, they would take a chance. They would take a chance to get him to switch out on MPJ. Between him and Peyton Watson, they did a commendable job. Just like I said, Porter gets so much room on those pin downs. And you already know when Porter gets his like a little bit of a look, he's just so good at shooting the ball over the top of you. But I thought they did a good job. Jonas Valanciunas, like I said, y'all, 12 points, 9 rebounds today for Jonas. 12 points and 9 rebounds for Jonas Valanciunas. She's Jalen Williams. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, a plus 11 today. And again, that short roll area, he was dominating. Jonas Valanciunas has been really good pickup for this team. He has 16 and 16 last game versus the Detroit Pistons, which is nothing to sneeze at. That's your center coming off your bench. And then today he gives you 12 and 9 with 3 assists as well. So another just really good performance from Jonas Valanciunas. Zeke Naji, he only had 4 points, but he did have 7 rebounds. He also had 3 offensive rebounds, and he had 2 blocks today. So say what you want. 2 blocks, very active. 3 offensive rebounds, activity, and putbacks. The offense is just not good, though. Like 4 points, and today the offense in particular was not good for Zeke Naji. Bruce Brown, I think, had another really good game, y'all. He was a plus 13 off the bench, 5 of 7 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, just 1 of 3 from the free throw line. But he also had 3 rebounds, he had 3 assists, and he had 12 points. And one of the things that's changed for Bruce Brown, he is attacking the rim relentlessly, and he is getting multiple and ones now in back-to-back games. I think he's just figured out, like, I'm herky-jerky, I'm athletic, I got that initial first step for Bruce is really fast. So the sooner he can get past the man or at least get level with him, and then that way he can try to beat him to the spot at the three-point line or at the free throw line, then I can see if I can get underneath you and get an and one and get that bump. So shout out to Bruce, man. Played really well. Julian Strawther also was a plus 11 off the bench. Hunter Tyson was a plus 8 off the bench. Now Julian played 21 minutes today. He made a 3. He was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He also has 7 points in its own right. So as you can see, y'all, it's just like a combination of players just trying to do different things. They shot 48% from the field. They shot 50% from 3 on 13 of 26, and they shot 18 of 25 from the free throw line. So they did really well. Now, the Nets got a 37 threes, and they made 14, so they made 38% of them. So it definitely could have, that volume of threes is a lot, and they shot 11 more. And they made just 1 more. So the Nuggets really lucked out there that they were as efficient as they were, especially given the fact that Tim Hardaway Jr. obviously had a lot to do with that. But, yeah, man, I think the biggest thing I'll say, y'all, the team is now they're 10 and 6. They're 10 and 6 now without Jokic. So a lot of this is like they're just trying to survive. And the biggest thing I'll say is the Nuggets, they're clearly struggling to create offense and to create good look. They are clearly struggling to consistently put forth energy, especially on both ends of the basketball. I think that's is commendable, but it is clear they're running on fumes right now. Like Jamal Murray, he's having to come up with these heroics in back-to-back games, which he did versus Detroit that almost won in the game. Maybe he makes his free throws. They win in overtime. But today, even, he had 9 points in the last 3 minutes of the game, y'all. Like, really, the last 2 minutes and 42 seconds of the game, Jamal Murray had 9 points. So even it's just they get these leads, but they don't have the bodies to sustain. Y'all remember early in the year when Jokic was playing, I was keeping track of all of the 12 or more point leads they had accumulated over the course of the early part of the schedule. And the Nuggets were like, what was it, 30 out of 38, 33 out of 38 games. They had a 12 or more point lead. But I think the issue is now they don't have the bodies to be, all right, go get a lead versus anybody and then send the bodies in to maintain a lead or hold on to it as best you can. But then now it's like they get a lead, but it's like, okay, Valanciunas goes out, everything changes. Murray goes out, everything changes. Tim Hardaway Jr., if he's not in, the shooting's not the same. If Jalen Pickett's not having a great shooting game, if this is not I'm making excuses. This is how basketball works. It's crazy. Like just sit and listen for like when you are missing that much talent, what happens is you get to the point where you cannot sustain high level play consistently. And you can see this around the league when teams are down a lot of talent, when they're struggling to create easy looks and to win possessions. Again, the Nuggets had a stretch, y'all, where they went 4 straight. They went 4 straight possessions and almost 5 where they didn't even get a good look up, like a competent look. And this was, Zeke Naji and stuff was out there. And then, he came out and this was in Valanciunas and Murray in the game. It's just trying to get them to be consistent at generating good looks and then playing defense, man. It's just been like a really, really difficult time, I think, for them. But the good news is David Adelman said he expects that Jokic, Cam Johnson, Christian Brown, all will be back. All of them will make a return before the All-Star break. The All-Star break is on the 13th. It's basically the week of the 13th. So I think Jokic hopefully will be back in the next couple of games because he looks really good in warmups. He looks fine in warmups, to be honest with you. Like, he looks really good. He's moving. And obviously this period has given them some leeway. But, I do think I'm just kind of like, all right, Jokic, come on back, brother. But y'all know what time it is, man. The Nuggets, they got to play the Clippers tomorrow, so we'll be right back here tomorrow night. A whole episode, obviously. That's going to be a really tough game. The Clippers have been the best team in the league, basically over the last 21 games, and the Nuggets are obviously like looking like, hey, I don't know who's going to play. Jamal Murray, are you playing tomorrow? I mean, we're going to find out, y'all. Y'all know what time it is, y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Hey, see y'all on the other side.